Hello, we are still under quarantine here in Michigan, so welcome to Guild in the studio, but at home. One of the most common questions we get is, why does the number 5 keep coming up in our Bardic Inspiration products? So our Bardic Inspiration Codex, we sell it in packs of 5, and our Bardic Inspiration damage dice have 5 of each die size included in the set. That got me thinking about Bardic Inspiration more generally, and how I had actually been playing it wrong for tons of years before we sat down to make these products and realized that we had read the rule wrong the whole time, and that it's actually way more powerful than we ever thought. It's really commonly misunderstood. There are online discussions about this all the time. The biggest misunderstanding, and it's what we were doing wrong, is a bard can actually have more than one inspiration die outstanding at the same time. So you can pass out up to your charisma modifier. Additionally, for subclasses that have combat inspiration, we used to play that you would have to choose when you passed it out whether it was combat or regular inspiration, which isn't the case at all. As written, the player chooses when they're going to use the inspiration, whether it's combat or regular inspiration. So it really just adds those combat features to the inspiration die. When you put all this together, Bardic Inspiration is one of the most powerful and often forgot about class features in the whole game. By the time you're a mid-level bard, you're passing out 5d10 worth of inspiration before an epic battle. Saving throws, attack rolls, adding to your AC as a reaction, ability checks, and even adding to damage on a hit. So those big bads with the pesky legendary resistance feature, where you have this big plan and you throw a spell and they just decide to save it even though they failed, well, technically if you have a bard in your party, you have those too, and you have 5 of them. It's not as perfunctory as a legendary resistance where you can just choose to save, but by the time you add 7 to all your other bonuses, you're probably going to be okay. Thematically, having more than one out there at the same time works really well too. So yeah, while during combat as a bonus action, you're yelling at somebody who's within 60 feet like, go get him, tiger, and they're getting some inspiration from that. What makes more sense is being able to anticipate some sort of battle happening and give that Braveheart speech so that everyone feels invigorated and ready to fight a little harder and a little better. Or maybe you're getting ready to cross the chasm on a rope bridge and your full plate knights just aren't quite dexterous enough to get across and they need a little extra encouragement. This is where Bardic Inspiration comes in handy. The bard can stand in front of the chasm, 1 foot on the bridge, give a rousing speech, and usher the big metal dudes across. That's why Bardic Inspiration is one of our favorite features in D&D 5th edition, and why we make so many trinkets to help us remember to use it, because it's one of those things like remembering to cast mage armor every morning for the wizard, or remembering to cast water breathing as a ritual every morning. The bard just has to remember to give these out all the time, and once you get it, you have to remember that you have it so that you can use it. I can't tell you how many times I've sat there with a D10 to add to my saving throw when I just simply forgot to do it and died.